Warning, this episode of Higurashi When They Cry is a bit cringy with the whole imaginary boyfriend and teenage drama bullshit. So you have been warned. Let's get into it. How's it going, everyone? My name is Sinikle, and welcome back to yet another Higurashi When They Cry. We are in Arc 5, titled Meakashi. So let's go ahead and continue from where we last left off.
Awakeて儚い、シャボン玉のような恋心。空を望めば、やがて壊れて消えるように、少女の思いは虚しく叶わなかった。流した涙は血の色となって生贄を求め、口をついた悲しみは怒りとなって殺意を生み出してゆく。純粋すぎる黒はすべてを飲み込んで闇を広げる。やがては自分自身さえも。目明し。生まれてこなければよかったのか。血みどろの手は虚空すらつかめなかった。
AD 1983. The fourth year of the series of mysterious deaths in Hinamizawa, also known as Oishiro-sama's curse, 1 year after Satoshi Hōjō's disappearance, aka Keiichi's entrance. I hadn't been able to get used to my new school in Okonomiya, but I had some friends there now. Since I got a part-time job at my relative's store, I had some extra pocket money too. I ended up living with my parents after all, so I didn't have to pay for living expenses. It felt great to get to freely spend the money I earned from working. I still used the room costs I set up for me from time to time. It was a convenient hideout for when I didn't want to see my parents. Rude. In fact, I was planning to spend a day there today. Good for you.
先行め。サボリのことを家に連絡しやがって。
My dad got upset, and that was why I didn't want to stay at home. I had been asking for it, though. My teacher should know that my dad is a Yakuza, and that he gets really scary when he's mad. On the whole, what? My life had been going well so far, except that it was boring. The reason I could enjoy this lifestyle is probably because I had to live in secret before. It was a great relief to be able to live without having to fake my identity. Well, that might have been a valuable experience. I think I learned from it. Have you? I was going grocery shopping and thought I'd get enough food for a week or so. My parents would appreciate my presence more after missing me for a week. I was doing this for their sakes. Oh, really?
あれ？今日って確か100円セールのお店ってなかったっけ？
Oh my god, a sale? Gotta go.
そうだそうだ、間違いない。
I knew how to save my pocket money. Gotta save all the money. I was in a good mood. I spun around with my arms spread about. I felt like I was inside a little whirlwind. My arm hit a motorcycle parked on the sidewalk. It obviously wasn't where it was supposed to be. And here we go. Deja-vu.
もう。
Ah!
何？こんなとこに止めてるの誰？
Same exact line, of course. I gave the motorcycle a kick with no hesitation. There were 3 motorcycles lined up in a row. Boom, domino effect. Boing, boing, boing. Ha! It was beautiful and so much fun. Oh? This was odd. I felt like I'd gone through the exact same experience before. Wonder what that is exactly called. I wonder. Deja-vu. Anyway, while blinking my eyes in an effort to recall when that was, and here's the music, some people grabbed me by my neck, ow, and dragged me into the dark alley. Yeah, that's nice imagery right there. Grab it for the choke and fucking drag him. What? I'm crazy. It looked like these punks were the owners of those motorcycles. They started shouting at me. Rude. This really was strange. I was having deja vu. Yes. Same exact line. Alright. That's right. It was when I met Satoshi-kun for the first time. He came to save me. If I pretended to cry again now, would he come to save me again? No, he's gone. He's dead. Let bygones be bygones, okay? Please? I made a wish. And I started pretending to cry and beg for mercy. Boo-hoo, wah-wah. At that time, I doubted my ears. Oh my god! My hero. It was a boy my age. I couldn't quite see his face because of the light illuminating him from behind.
Satoshi-kun?
If you don't even remember the sound of his voice, but yet you claim to love him oh so much, you are a pathetic piece of shit. Anyway, of course it couldn't be him. It couldn't be. Oh my god, is it? No, it's a wild Keiichi. Gotta catch them all. When I snapped out of my daydream, I realized that it wasn't Satoshi-kun after all. He looked less gracious than Satoshi-kun, so to speak. If Satoshi was pristine and untouched, then this guy would have scratches all over him. Hey, scratches are hot. Don't ruin them out. But although they were completely different, I got a similar impression from him somehow. The boy looked a bit taken aback. What was up with this guy? I felt ashamed that I mistook him for Satoshi-kun even for a second. Yeah, you should be. He seemed cool at first, but he wasn't as cool as Satoshi-kun after all. Please. Keiichi all the way. Satoshi was a little bitch. Sorry about that. Oh my god, he said it. The bulbous. Oh my god, really? Vienna's bulbous. Hey, are you kidding me? I tightened my grip on the stun gun in my pocket. Then I turned it up to the maximum intensity. Don't hold a grudge against me if you die, pervs. It means prawn. No. That's not allowed on YouTube. He means prawn. That's a typo. Okay? The R is supposed to be before the O. He means prawn. He met Dex. They indulged in their imaginations, which aroused their spirits. That's what you call them? That's what you call the thing before the spirits, right? Okay. Yeah. Hey now, why are you perverts closing in on me? Your gross hands are groping the air. Are you gonna try and violate me? How dare you?
タイトミニもええのミニミニはっしゃ上から下まで全部色っぽくしゃよ肌色の面積を限りなく広げて萌え萌えの姿にしちゃるけ
あんたら冗談でしょ。その汚い手で私に触れるな。
Then a flash of light cut through the air. Was that the boy? Oh.
このボケナスどもが
Blows like thunderbolts knocked punks down. Wow. So he was actually strong after all?
なあ何しさらすんじゃいてこまされたいんか
Yeah, I want some. Come on. Come on, bitch. Let's fight. Come on. Come on. Bring it on, baby. うわ
お前らは分かっていない分かっていない何がじゃタイトミニには萌えがないそして肌色面積は控えめにたとえお天道様が西から登ることがあろうとも絶対絶対これは萌え業界の鉄則だいいかよく聞けホモ・サピエンスと動物の違いは何かそう衣服の着用だつまり人は肌以外の衣服の彩りがあって初めて人なのだつまり肌色を求めすぎる貴様らは人以下動物と同じだ貴様ら全員を強制する歯を食いしばれ先ほどタイトミニを引き合いに出したな例えばここに美少女と呼ぶにふさわしい女の子がいたとする美少女と一言に言ってもその裾野は広すぎるそれについて貴様らに抗議することは寿司山芸者から入った外国人に侍の美学を一から説明するより困難この上極まりないだからここでは最も普及していると思われる制服系で説明することとする制服系の御三家といえば何か答えてみろそうだな制服体操服スクール水着だろうなおセーラーかブレザーかの好みの違いは制服にカテゴライズするものとするもちろんブルマーかスパッツかの違いも同様スクミズも紺か白かの違いはあるぞカテゴリーは同じ扱いだどうだこれだけでも甘美な響きがするであろうではお前ら3人がこれらのうちの一つずつが好みであったと仮定しようおい不良 A お前は制服だ不良 B お前は体操服そして不良 C はスクミズだ頭に思い描け時間は3秒描けたか妄想くらい自在にできろ気合が足りんやり直せではお前らの望む美少女がここにいてその衣装を着ているぞあると思えあると信じろ気合を入れろ返事はオスかさあイエスサーだバカ者それでも軍人かよーし描けたようだな次に進むぞそれらの萌え衣装と貴様らの馬鹿げた浴場に従いお色気ムンムンなタイトミニスカート姿を見比べてみろ最近まだ萌えと色気の違いのわからん未熟者が増えているが実に嘆かわしい本能でしか女性の魅力を語れない貴様らは犬猿キジだきびだんごでももらって鬼ヶ島へでもうせろ Get back here! ちなみに最近の東西雪解けに従い、萌えもいろいろな類が大量に上陸しているな。そんなことも知らんのか愚か者は。制服系と金髪を掛け合わせてアニメ系などという酸素と水素が掛け合わされて能登半島かわいいよ大爆発なんて組み合わせが出ているようだが、本館は断じて認めたりはしないぞ。制服は日本の文化だ、芸術だ。和洋折衷はこの世界には存在しない。貴様ら聞いているのか、軟弱スルメどもが。歯を食いしばれ、今日は徹底的にしごく。貴様らが真の萌え文化を理解できるまで今日は寝られないと思え。はい、指導指導指導。
At that point, I heard a bustle of people running this way.
前原さん、みんな呼んできました。
I saw several kids running towards us. Seemed like our backup had arrived.
くそ、やばいぞ、繋がれ。
The three punks had just been standing there a gap, but they started running away when they saw that many people. What? Okay, that. What? Shut up, kid. The three punks had been just standing there a gap when they started running away when they saw that many people. Okay, there we go. I can read.
たった一人であんな怖そうな3人組を釘付けにしちゃうなんて。3人の1人鼻血出してましたね。前原さん、喧嘩も強いなんてすごいです。尊敬します。
俺の固有結界もますます磨きがかかったようだな。今に監督の固有結界メイドインヘブンに太刀打ちできるくらいに磨きをかけてやるぜ。と、そんなことはいいや。大丈夫かよ、ミオン。
The boy that apparently was called Maebara. He turned around to face me. Even the way he mistook me for Mion sounded like Satoshi-kun. But Satoshi-kun isn't a pervert like him.
天下ごめんのミオンがどんな情け容赦のない必殺技で撃退してみせるか、ちょっと楽しみにして見てたんだぜ。まあさすがに男が3人がかりじゃきつかったってことか。そんなわけないよな。
I was still confused. I couldn't yet grasp the situation. Who was this guy? Mion has friends like him? I was still spacing out in shock. So I forgot to move, until his hand touched my head.
まあ半べそ書いてたのは見なかったことにするからさ。まあ元気出せよな。
The boy called Maebara stroked my head roughly. It didn't feel good. It hurt actually. But still his hand had the same warmth. Later on, Mion told me about him. He was called Keiichi Maebara. Kei-chan for short. He's one grade below us. Not only that, but he just moved to Hinamizawa. Thanks to his attitude and lack of manners, he had already become an idol in their class. Mion joyously explained all of this. Sure, he sounded like a fun kid. I knew why Mion was into him. But Satoshi-kun is way cooler. He wasn't worth stealing from Sis. Or was he? My heart throbbed. I was excited. For all the wrong reasons. It felt like I'd gotten a new toy. Yeah, of course. Like to play with lives, huh? I was curious as to what kind of relationship Mion intended to build with him. I'd love to tease her about it.
ありがとう、ケイちゃん。
Of course he would.
よかったらお礼にお茶でもおごるよ。すぐ近くにおじさんの店があるし、どう？
Satoshi-kun would refuse out of modesty. But Keiichi Maebara said okay within 2 seconds. Well then, I couldn't wait to tease the two of them. My boring life suddenly became a bright again. Wacha!
おい、腕なんかにしがみつくなよ。
あれ？こういうの嫌いですか？
いや、嫌いじゃないけど、胸が当たって、
胸が当たって何ですって？
Keiichi Maebara was fun. Mion thought the same way I did. She would always talk about him. I was happy about her. For her, sorry. It made me smile.
お姉はケイちゃんのこと本当に気に入ってますね。ズバリ。
ズバリ。
ケイちゃんの魅力を一言で示すと何です？そうだね。もしも一言でしか言っちゃいけないなら、やっぱり面白いとこかな。そうそう、この間の部活の時にさ。
Mion really liked him, but didn't seem to think it was love yet. She's reserved in that area, so that was really like her. As for me, well, I didn't hate him, but my feelings weren't the same as Mion's. Kei-chan was just too childish compared to Satoshi-kun. I wondered how Satoshi-kun was doing. Was he waiting for things to cool down somewhere far, far away? The case had already been solved, though. That dopehead was the murderer. Yeah, whatever. There was no reason for him to wait anymore. I shook my head. I shouldn't think about it too much. Oh, wait, I know. The case was confidential, so the arrest of the culprit hadn't been made public. So, Satoshi-kun hadn't realized that he could come back. I know he's a little thick-headed. Maybe he'd be waiting for things to calm down until the end of time. But if so, couldn't he give a call to Satoko at least? He should tell her yeah, I said that right. He should tell her he's living in a faraway place, but that he'd be coming home soon. That stupid Satoko. She'd been living with Rika Furude since Satoshi-kun went away. So nobody would pick up the phone even if he called. Stupid girl. Don't you want your big brother to come home? Given Satoshi-kun's personality, he wouldn't remember any phone numbers other than his own home phone number. So, he wouldn't be able to contact anybody in Hinamizawa. Maybe he's been calling Satoko every night. He keeps ringing, but nobody picks up. Then he'd assume Satoko might be taking a bath, or be in the restroom. He'd put on a puzzled smile while mumbling, like always.
Moo.
I imitated his voice without realizing it.
それで何？何？どうしたの？今シオン何か言わなかった？
I laughed it off and merged? Did I say merged? What the fuck? I laughed it off and urged Mion to continue. I realized then that her tone had changed. I hadn't been listening to her because I was thinking about Satoshi-kun. I'd thought she was still happily talking about Kei-chan. But Mion sounded grim now. Her faint smile looked pitiful. It was too late to ask what was going on, so instead I concentrated on her story instead.
でね、おじさんが今日は盛り上げてくれてありがとうって言って、売り物のお人形をみんなに一個ずつ配ったの。私以外の全員に。お姉以外の全員にね。そりゃあ私も欲しかったけどさ。みんなの手前、私にもちょうだいとは言い出せなかったし。相変わらずお姉は自分の欲しいものを欲しいと言えない人ですね。それで？
Mion sniffled. I realized that she was on the verge of tears.
ケイちゃんの袋にはね、一番可愛いお人形が入ってて、そのお人形が一番欲しかったってわけ？別に何のお人形だってよかったんだよ。ケイちゃんは私だけもらってないって知ってたのに、私にくれなかった。私に くれなかった。ミオンには似合わないよなって言って、次に生まれてくるときは、男に生まれてこい。
Yeah, Keiichi is an
言われ
idiot.
たんだよ。
He doesn't have a brain. What's replacing his brain is just porn. Oh, excuse me. I mean prawn. There you go.
言われたんだよ。
Sad, sad, sad. That was Keiichi's weak point. He might be fun and popular, but he wasn't mature. Not like Satoshi-kun. Yes, compare everyone and everything to Satoshi-kun, your beloved dead boyfriend. You weren't even friends with him. He would only consider you as acquaintance. Really, I mean.
やり直したい。
This is just too fucking stupid, but hilarious.
ケイちゃんに出会った最初の頃からやり直して、今度はちゃんと女の子だと思ってもらえるように。
Then why did you go acting like an old man? You keep referring to yourself as an old man too. Come on. Use your brain a little bit.
おねえ、深刻すぎですって。お姉がやり直したいと思って、しかも向こうが何もトラブってない状態なら全然セーフじゃないですか。互いに傷つき合ってただれちゃうと、まあやり直しも面倒でしょうが。
By the way, for all those wondering, even though Mion is classified as a tomboy, I'm not saying she's not, like, you know, dateable or anything. Tomboys are actually pretty hot. You know? Anyway.
やり直せる。
Digging my own graves. I love it.
ケイちゃんの前で涙を流してないなら、そもそも何も手遅れじゃないんです。お姉がこの場で適当に涙して、明日から心を入れ替えていけば修正可能ですって。うん。
Oh, okay. I guess means okay.
そ
Got
り
it.
ゃケイちゃんのデリカシーのなさには呆れ
Japanese
ます
is
けど、
wonderful.
その結果は結局今日までのお姉の積み重ねてきた結果なわけですから、今日からの生活を少しずつ改めてポイントを稼ぎ直せばいいだけのことです。生活を改めるってどうやって？お姉に可愛らしくしろって言うと、明日からフリフリの格好で登校しかねませんからね。変に構えないで普段通りに行きましょう。でも細かい部分でこれまでの違いを見せていく。
Honestly, if he doesn't realize you for who you are, then why bother with him? Alright? Love someone who actually loves you back for who you actually are. Alright? Don't pretend to be somebody that you aren't. Alright? That's my 2 cents right there. Take it or leave it.
そこがさりげないポイント。あと人形をもらったレナという子には釘を刺しておくこと。現在のケイちゃんの中ではお姉よりもレナの方が高ポイントの可能性が高いです。確かにレナは女の子っぽいしな。
Yeah, but she's weird.
可愛いし海外しいし。
Yes, but again, she's weird.
ライバルがいるならうかうかできませんよ、お姉。
I mean, if it was between Mion and Rena, I mean, come on. Mion all the way. You know what I'm saying? What?
涙は男を引き寄せる力がありますけど、つなぎ止めておく力はありません。
I said nothing.
普段は笑っててポイントで泣く。萌えの典型パターンの一つかもです。私もケイちゃんに実践してみるかな。ダメだよ、ダメ。お姉が気に入る男の子ですからね。私が気に入らない道理はありませんから。さーて。
Yeah, but here's the thing you
ケイちゃんを
don't.
どう引き込んでみせようかな。
Here's the thing, you actually don't like him. Okay? You've already explained this. And you keep comparing him to Satoshi-kun, you know, the one that you really like and love, but he's dead, and you won't face the facts, so you keep fucking comparing everyone and everything to him. It's going around in circles here. But my point is, stop, Shion. Jesus Christ.
なんならお姉、 どっちがケイちゃんの気を引けるか競争しましょうか。
No.
やだもう絶対やだ。シオン、ひなみざわに来たら追い返す。
I'm happy for you, sis. Trying to, like, toy around with the both of them and trying to snatch him away from your sister just as a fucking toy to fool around and shit. I don't know. Are you really happy for her? Are you really? It's not too late at all. It's important to know the distance between the boy you love and yourself, and shift the way you appeal to him to compensate. The boy I love is missing, you know? Not. What? I don't even know where he is. Down the well. Oh, when he's coming back. Never. Okay, I'll stop. Compared to that, you're very lucky. Mion was saying she'd do her best from tomorrow on with red, tearful eyes. But I sensed a deeply negative feeling emerging inside me. Ooh. Nobody was blaming Mion for being happy with Keiichi. I wasn't envious. I wasn't jealous. I didn't want her to be blamed the same way I was blamed. It was just that there was no space for Satoshi-kun in Mion's mind anymore, filled as it was with Kei-chan and her other friends now. It didn't matter to her if Satoshi-kun came back or not, just like how she didn't care if it was sunny or rainy tomorrow. What about me, then? Had I been thinking about Satoshi-kun all the time for the past year? Yes, it clearly shows. I wasn't proud of my own answer. I'd become used to life without Satoshi-kun. Are you sure? Because he's still, basically, yeah. His absence didn't hurt me anymore. No, it still clearly has. I was getting used to life with Keiichi Maebara. What do you mean by that? And if I let my guard down, he might just fill up the space I'd been saving for Satoshi-kun. Nah. If Shion Sonozaki had prayed harder for Satoshi-kun to return, he might have come home already. Where did Satoshi-kun go? Down the well! I'm trying to give you hints, but you aren't listening. Last year, right after his disappearance, I'd paid closer attention to the information circulating the Sonozaki family and its underground connections. Okay. And I frequently went to the police station to check with Oishi for new information. Even with all that, I couldn't get any new leads on his whereabouts. I eventually became interested in Oyashio-sama's curse, which surrounded Satoshi-kun's disappearance. I researched the dark history of the village. The more I looked into it, the less likely his survival seemed. Ding ding ding. I'd returned Mio-san's scrapbooks to her. And then, I hadn't gone to the library since. Oh my god! Read a book, you son of a bitch! No! Go back to the library! I started a new life in a new school. I'd made new friends. And in the same way, as falling leaves cover the ground, I felt like I was losing sight of what was really important to me. It was already almost the end of spring. They said that summer was coming early, and it'd be a very hot this year. Normally, it'd be the rainy season now, but we'd had no rain at all. The Watanagashi Festival was right around the corner. It had been almost a year since Satoshi-kun went missing. In Hinamizawa, they don't allow you to talk openly about Oyashio-sama's curse, or the series of mysterious deaths. So, everybody acts like the murder of Satoshi-kun's aunt never happened. That's because Satoshi Hōjō-kun, I don't know, okay, anyway, was a member of the family of traitors. He fell victim to Oyashio-sama's curse on the 4th year running. He was demoned away. Everybody was trying to forget about his existence and erase their memories of him. Don't make him disappear because of the curse. Don't erase his existence. Satoshi-kun was living in Hinamizawa just a year ago. He went to school. He was an A student. He was a member of the Hinamizawa Fighters. He could never hit the ball when it really mattered. He was unreliable but pure. He was warm. Because of the curse, people made him disappear. They stopped mentioning his name and acted like he never existed. A new resident, like Keiichi Maebara, wouldn't even know him. He seriously believed that Satoshi-kun had transferred out. I miss you, Satoshi-kun. I want to go shopping with you again. I want to be in a baseball game with you again, and get a cold drink afterwards. I want to tease you, and I want you to stroke my head again. Your hand was so warm. I felt as if my whole body was being caressed. Oh, giggity. Satoshi-kun. Come home, baby! I haven't opened this notebook in a while. My feelings have been writing down for over 150 pages. This notebook is the key to my heart. The other me who's been sleeping since last year is slowly waking up. Wait, what? What do you mean? Wait, what? The other me? Wait, what? What? What do you mean? What do you mean? What other me? What? What? What does that mean? You bitch.
まったく、ケイチさんのドスケベぶりには呆れましたよ。
Yes, Keiichi's a dirty, dirty man.
男の子なら仕方がないのですよ。
He's a growing boy.
みーちゃんもしーちゃんも、ケイチくん困ってるよ。
ねえ。
ですってよ、お姉。大岡越前じゃあるまいし、このままケイちゃんが引きちぎれるまで引っ張りっこします。
Oh my god, they're playing Tug-of-War with the boy, okay. Well, I mean, instead of stretching his arms, you could, stretch something else together. Wait, what?
引っ張りっこなんかしてないよ。シオンが引っ張らなければ済むことでしょ。
I'm not saying anything. I'm just hinting.
シオンは沖宮に帰れ。
Go back, you bitch!
はい、了解。そうしますね。パッと。
Ah. I let go of Keiichi suddenly, so he and Sis flew off like a rubber band. Rude. Keiichi rolled on the ground while Sis was stuck in a bush head first. What lively people.
じゃあケイちゃん、これ以上からかうとお姉に噛みつかれかねないので、今日はこれで帰りますね。
あ、シオン、そのさ、今日はありがとな。
ああ、あんなのお安いご用です。あの程度で恩が着せられるならいくらでもってくらいに。
じゃあまたな、シオン。
His hand landed on my head. Rub, rub, rub. He stroked my head pretty roughly. But the warmth reminded me. Again! Oh my god!
じゃあすみませんね。今日は失礼します。
Yes, run, bitch, run.
またね、お姉。二度と来るなー。レナは紹介。サトコはトラ。リカちゃんは塩巻いて。
What the fuck? Oh shit. The warmth remained at the top of my head. It felt ticklish and sore. I had to stop. I got off my moped and pushed that aching spot against the telephone pole. I'm sorry, Satoshi-kun, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I never forgot about you. I still remember you. I'm worthless without you. I can't stand a life without you, baby. Because it's gray and cold and boring. It's true. It's so true. I can never smile because you aren't here. I can't. Oh my god.
じゃあまたな、シオン。
There's hair in my glasses because they're falling off my head. Hello. Oh my god, I need to cut my hair. Stop. Get out of my way. Okay. What? Keiichi's face appeared in my mind. I recalled the touch of his hand stroking my head. It wasn't warm. I wasn't happy. It was rough and painful. Please believe in me, Satoshi-kun. You're the only man who can touch my head. I hate that insensitive guy. He's too childish, rude, and cold. He's like a stray dog. What? I wasn't happy. It wasn't warm. Please believe me. Oh my god, my neighbors are mad at me too. I wasn't happy or overjoyed at all. No! Okay. Okay, I was joking.
Satoshi.
She cray-cray. Okay. At the end? Nope. Satoshi-kun mumbled. He didn't know what to say in a situation like this. But he knew that he had better say something. He wanted to say something, but he didn't know what to say. So he just mumbled. I'm sorry, Shion. Why are you apologizing, Satoshi-kun? Oh my god, this crazy ass bitch is fucking, oh my god. Having like an inner monologue thing going on between the two of them. Conversing. Okay, imaginary boyfriend time! I'm the one who should apologize. Even though I said I'd wait for you, even though I believed my heart wouldn't change, even though my neighbors despise the fuck out of me, I'm sorry, Satoshi-kun! My heart is full of holes. You're leaking out from the small cracks of my heart, little by little. You're leaking out from me! Phrasing! Oh my god! Exactly, neighbors. Are you suffering because I'm here? Why? You're so precious to me. Just don't say that. I've been here with you all this time. But I think I'm hurting you by continuing to exist. Oh my god, this bitch is crazy. Okay. I don't want that. That's not true. No, no, no. Where have you been, Satoshi-kun? Oh my god! Alright, I'm going to go ahead and edit out 42 minutes. Cool. That's not true. No, no, no. Where have you been, Satoshi-kun? Oh my god. You weren't with me. Tell me where you are. What's the address? What's the postal code? What's the name of the city? What's the street number? Tell me. See, she's gone so crazy. She has the voice of a Jacob Fisher. Okay. There isn't an address. I knew it. Telling me you've always been with me, always by my side, that's such a cliche. What's cliche is that you're gone fucking insane. Which do you prefer, Shion? If I can give you strength, I'll stay by your side forever. But if you're suffering because of me, I'll disappear right away. This is not local, okay? Okay. I'll stay with you then. A car passed by, thinking, what the fuck is she doing? Is she fucking cray-cray? Yeah, she is fucking cray-cray. Passed by her. The noise snapped me out of my reverie. Reverie, so. Not referee. Oh, fuck it. Reservoir. Something like that. The sky was turning orange. I should get home before it gets cold. I should get home to Okonomiya. You're with me, right? Are you with me right now, Satoshi-kun? Where are you? Please, don't leave me again. Oh my god, where is he? I can't see him. Wait, I couldn't see him before. Wait, I walked back, I walked back to my moped. My feet sank into the grass. Crunch, crunch, crunch. I stopped when I reached my bike. But then I heard an extra footstep. Oh my god. I gasped. I could feel somebody else's presence. I'm not stupid. Nobody else was around me. Nobody had suddenly appeared behind me. So I wasn't surprised to find nobody when I turned around. but he was definitely still there.
Satoshi-kun.
I couldn't see him, but he was there. He was there for me. Oh my god. Satoshi-kun never lies. He said he'd be with me all the time. I don't recall him ever saying he's going to be with you all the time, but okay, yeah, sure, whatever. I've just been too insensitive to feel his existence until now.
Satoshi-kun. Satoshi-kun.
Yeah, I keep calling his name like a fucking lunatic that you are. A breeze tickled my hair. He felt cold, but to me it was nothing but the warmth of his hand. It took me a while to notice that my cheeks were wet with tears. Okay, so she's gone full local. Alright. She believes that there's a presence near her that is Satoshi-kun. I was too scared to sleep. If I went to sleep, I might not find Satoshi-kun there in the morning. So I kept talking to him until I passed out. I told him about what happened while he was missing. I told him that I realized how much I loved him after he went away. I'd searched for him, looking into various different things. I had gathered underground information through Kasai and bargained for police information with Oishi, but I couldn't find any leads. A long time passed, but I kept thinking about him. Etc., etc. I told him all the small details from my daily life. The places I wanted to go with him. The things I wanted to do with him. Giggity. The food I wanted to share with him. And I told him a lot of things. Giggity. I was sitting up at first, but I got tired, so I lay down. I got tired of moving my mouth, too, so I started talking to him in my mind. It was the happiest night I'd ever had. When I woke up, I didn't find Satoshi-kun by my side. That fucker! He set me up for a one-night stand. That cheap motherfucker. Ugh. I knew it somehow. I was afraid of it. Why? That was why I didn't want to go to sleep. But at least I got to see him for one night. Oh yeah, we had so much fun. But when I resigned myself to that, I felt Satoshi-kun's presence again. It wasn't a dream after all. I thanked God. Did you bring back some donuts at least, please? Okay, I know I'm joking around a little bit too much, but come on, can you fucking blame me? Can you blame me? I have to read this fucking shit. I have to read this bitch going fucking local with her teenage drama bullshit, alright? Can you blame me? I hope not. And I really hope you skipped this portion, because if you joined me all throughout this and what happened earlier, then I don't know how you're probably crazy like I am. I mean, I'm not denying I'm not crazy. I'm fucking local too, but not on the level of this bitch here. And so I began to estrange my life with Satoshi-kun. As promised, Satoshi-kun was always by my side. Okay, I need to calm down. I had caffeine, I'm sorry. He couldn't laugh, mumble, or stroke my head. But he was always with me. Always right by my side. He disappeared sometimes, but he'd come back when I looked for him. It seemed that all I could hear was his footsteps. That's just the way it was. It was a bit sad, but I was still satisfied. His presence was really faint, so it was hard to sense him in the crowd. But he never left me. If he were tangible, I'd be taking his hand all the time so he wouldn't be lost. In contrast, I could feel him very strongly in a quiet environment. Of course, I couldn't tell what his expressions were because he was just a presence. But after I got used to it, I could tell what he was thinking. Sure you could. At first I could only tell if he was laughing or not. Eventually I started to feel his emotions more strongly. I could communicate with him normally, of course I could. I was usually alone with him, though. I didn't want to go to school or hang out with my friends anymore. You sad, sad bitch. But Satoshi-kun got upset about that. He'd keep mumbling unhappily. Now that I knew he'd always be with me, I shouldn't just stay home all the time. I was sticking to my time alone with him. However, because I was scared that he might suddenly disappear again, and I wanted to make the most of my time I was sharing with him right now, I must have been worrying too excessively. Satoshi-kun will always be my side. Okay. I hate this so much because she thinks Satoshi-kun loved her when he... First of all, why would... Okay, if he was really in spirit form and hanged around whoever, let's say, why would he choose her rather than the sister of his, Satoko? Satoshi never cared about you, bitch. He cared more about fucking Satoko than you. Fuck, he murdered someone for her, for fuck's sakes. Anyway, I don't know. I don't know. This teenage drama shit's fucking with my brain. Yeah, that was his promise. He never breaks his promises. Oh yeah, you totally know him. You've known each other for 15 years. He never breaks his promises. He never does. Okay. I was fine because he was there. Of course, I couldn't tell anybody about him, not even Sis. Well, yeah, they put you in a mental institution. I could try to explain it to them, but they never understand. But I was certain that he was with me. So, I'd be alright. I never get fed up with my life with him. He's really cute, you know. We always walk together, but when I stop, he always walks one extra step. That's so adorable. I love it. Page 159. This bitch is crazy.
Shion-san はどうなさいますか?
Kasai, please. Help.
今夜の綿流しのお祭りは?
行って適当に遊ぶつもりです。お姉とその愉快な仲間たちでもからかうかな。
I wanted to go to the festival with Satoshi-kun. I knew he liked to see me having fun with everybody. He might get jealous if I play with Kei-chan, but Satoshi-kun isn't very sensitive in that way. Satoshi-kun loved to see me and my friends have fun, so I should have a lot of fun for his sake. Then I'll talk about the day with him later.
何でHinamizawaに行きますか? 車で行くならお送りしますよ。
スクーターで行くからいいや。
それはいけません。帰りに本家に寄られて、親類の宴会に加わられるんでしょ? 居眠り運転などさせられません。
He won't let me drive, but he's kind enough to let me drink.
じゃ、お世話になりますかね。
わかりました。では、夕方に出発しましょ
う。Yay!
そのくらいの頃にお迎えに参ります。
After Kasai left, I sensed that the Satoshi-kun was excited about going to the festival.
Watanagashiか。サトシ君がいなくなっちゃってから、もうすぐ1年になるんだね。
Satoshi-kun seemed confused.
でしょ?
We laughed together. Sure.
Hey, よし、やるぞ。金魚はみんな生きがいいね。実に美味しそう。この小さいのなんか、そのままボリボリと生でいけちゃうよね。
Phrasing. Huh?
ミオンさんは何を言ってるんでございますの？みーちゃん、食べてたの？去年レナからもらったのも食べちゃったの？
違う。私そんなこと言ってない。
Sis shook her head hard. She turned all red.
いや、でも、今、ミオン、お前自分で言ったぞ。 実に美味しそうだって。
確かに言いました。お姉って雑食ですから、口に入れば何でも食べちゃうんです。
Phrasing.
美味しいなら今度僕も試してみるのです。ダメだよリカちゃん、お腹壊しちゃ
ちょっと待て。おいこら、お前いつの間にいるんだよ。シオン。
はーい、ケイちゃんにお姉にみんなこんばんは。あんたどこから湧いてきたの、シオン。焼きそば屋さんの時からずっとです。お姉たちは騒がしいからすぐに見つけられました。もうあんたは関係ないでしょ。早くどっか行きなさいよ。もうお姉もあまり私を邪険にしないでくださいね。ケイちゃん、私が一緒でもいいですよね。
I took Keichen's arm and held it between my breasts. Of course you did. We were going to have a ball. I went around the booths with Sis and her friends. I joked around and laughed out loud. Ha 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 ha. I teased Keiichi and Sis too. Keiichi was at the center of the group, so if I did something to him, it naturally involved everybody else. It looked like Satoshi-kun was having a hard time finding his own spot in the crowd. When I glanced at him in a quiet moment, he smiled and told me to have fun without worrying about him. If he were tangible, I'd pull his arm into the crowd. It made me sad that I couldn't do that. I bumped into somebody's shoulder. It was obviously my fault, so I apologized right away. As it turned out, it was somebody I knew. Let me guess who it is. It's the two. Ha ha!
楽しんでるみたいね。こんばんは、シオンちゃん。月の綺麗な晩ね。
あれ、すごいお久しぶりですね、高野さん。それから。
そうだね。僕は富武。ミオンちゃんの双子の妹さんだって話は聞いてるよ。
よろしくです、富武さん。凄腕のカメラマンとのお噂だとか。ぜひ今度私も映してくださいね。
デビューを夢見て投稿を繰り返す素人だけどね。
そんなことないわよ。二郎さんは上手よ。いろいろとね。
Oh, 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 oh. Well, well, well.
いやいや、まだまだ勉強が足りない。才能に恵まれない分を努力で補わないとね。
This boy thick in the head. They must have been in a relationship. Yes, maybe.
高野さんと富武さん、仲がよろしいようで。私はお邪魔ですかね。
あらあら。ご検察痛み入るけど、お気遣いは結構よ。それに高野なんて、なんだか他人行儀みたいな呼び方ね。昔みたいにミヨって呼んでくれていいのに。
やっぱり目上の人にファーストネーム呼びつけはちょっと気になるものでして。まあ気にしないでください。
I smiled bashfully, and Takano-san smiled back elegantly.
あれから図書館には来ないのね。研究の同志としてもっともっといろいろお話ししたかったのに。
まあ気が向いたらそのうちってことで。
研究の同志ってまさかシオンちゃんも興味があるのかい？この村の昔話とかに。
Tamatake-san raised his eyebrows. As far as I knew, Takano-san's hobby wasn't exactly normal. On the surface, her research dealt with the cultural history of ancient Hinamizawa, but its main focus was the Watanagashi Festival from ancient times. The cannibal banquet in which they captured and gutted a live sacrifice. Her research covered various stories surrounding that, and other legends of cruelty. it was nothing if not gory. That was where her main interests lay. So I didn't feel comfortable being called a fellow researcher, to be honest. But objectively speaking, her research notes were fun to read. It was then that I heard the loud booms of the taiko drums. The main event of the Watanagashi Festival, can't read, the dedication dance was about to start. According to Takano-san's hypothesis, the part of the dance where the shrine maiden tears open a futon mat represents gutting a living victim.
いよいよ始まりますね。そろそろ私も行くかな。高野さんたちも見に行くんですよね。リカちゃまの儀式。
Not this time. Tamataki-san looked bewildered. Did that mean he wasn't coming? Takano-san giggled, then whispered in my ear.
実はね、これから細具殿の中に入ってみようと思うの。
え?
She made it sound like she was going to do something fun, but it wouldn't be amusing to anyone who knew what the ritual storehouse was. The ritual storehouse, or the storehouse for ritual implements, is sort of a treasure house belonging to the Furude Shrine. I'd heard that Toyoshio-sama's sacred treasures were stored in there. Only people from the Furude family and selected members of the other 3 families are allowed to enter. They believe that if other people enter, the place will be desecrated. Everybody in Hinamizawa must have been curious about what was in there when they were kids. But the storehouse was always tightly locked. You couldn't just peek into it either. Kids would get chided if they played around it, so they'd learn to stay away. I didn't like being around it myself, since I was familiar with all that. Even though I didn't believe in curses, I still didn't want to be near it. Nothing good can come from breaking the rules. Were they still going to enter the ritual storehouse despite all that?
でも、確かものすごい厳重な鍵がかかってたと思いましたよ。
去年まではね。前の缶抜きじゃ重すぎて大変だとリカちゃんが言ったらしいの。それで今年からものすごく安っぽい南京錠に変わったの。知ってた？
いえ、でも安っぽいと言ったって錠前がかかってますよ。
次郎さんね、とても器用なの。
じゃ、開けられるんですか？
綿流しの儀式が始まれば全員が儀式に集まるでしょ。細具殿の周りには人影は全くなくなる。今夜が一番の資格なの。東大元暮らしとでも言うのかしらね。
According to her hypothesis, the ancient tools used for human dissection and torture would be found in the ritual storehouse.
よかったら後でこっそりいらっしゃいな。二度とないチャンスよ。じゃあよかったら後でね。
高野さん、何の内緒話だい？
女同士の内緒話よ。行きましょう。暗くて人気のないところへ相引きに。
ん
Takano-san walked against the flow of the crowd alongside Tamataki-san. The ritual storehouse, huh? It was supposedly filled with torture tools. Considering what they had in the underground torture room at the Sonozaki house, that's quite possible. Satoshi-kun fell victim to the curse in the 4th year. His aunt's death was the sign of Oyoshio-sama's curse. Satoshi-kun was the sacrifice to pacify Oyoshio-sama's anger. That was what Takano-sen said last year. It was just her hypothesis. At present, I wanted to deny her hypothesis because I wanted to believe that Satoshi-kun was still alive. If her hypothesis was correct, Either some religious fanatic or somebody from the three families must be imitating the curse in order to revive the ancient custom of Onigafuchi. That would mean that it was them who killed Satoshi-kun. So what if? What if the ritual storehouse was filled with garbage instead of torture implements? Maybe it was filled with broken palanquins or freshly painted signboards for the festival. What then? It wasn't really hard for me to believe that it was filled with the chemical smell of paint. Maybe I'll get to deny the hypothesis that Satoshi-kun was sacrificed by seeing the inside of the ritual storehouse for myself. Whatever was in there, it didn't mean that Satoshi-kun would come back.
サトシ君、どうしよう。
Since most people went to see Rikachima's ritual dance, the festival grounds were deadly quiet. Shh. Even so, I couldn't sense Satoshi-kun. Did he go somewhere? Or was I not paying enough attention? Nah, you weren't paying attention to shit. Or maybe he wasn't feeling any emotions in particular. After thinking for a while, I decided to go in with them. Ooh. It had been almost a year since Satoshi-kun's disappearance. I had been avoiding the truth because I was afraid he might be dead. But now I had a chance. I had a chance to see the inside of the ritual storehouse. I felt as though something divine had arranged that coincidence. On my way to the storehouse, I noticed Keiichi. He was jumping up and down, trying to see Rikachima's dedication dance over people's shoulders. If I took him along, we could split the guilt. Oyashiro-sama might put a curse on me for entering his divine storehouse. I wanted a partner in crime. Since the boy I loved disappeared last year because of the curse, maybe Mion's love should disappear this way. Oh, you bitch. This year.
何考えてんだ私。
Of course you would think that. You are a fucking mega bitch. This must have been the demon inside me. Oh, yeah. I shook the thought out of my head.
どうしたんだよ、シオン。
You don't want to know, Keiichi.
それより、奉納演舞がよく見えるとこって、まだ遠いのか？
He fell for it. Oh, what a dumbass.
え？奉納演舞がよく見えるなんて誰が言いました？
We made it to the ritual storehouse. Keiichi was baffled by the whole situation. Our timing had been perfect. I could see Tamatake-san picking the lock. Man, every night that we see this moon, it's always full. It's like that's not even our moon, because everyone knows that the full moon only happens once a month. Actually, sometimes twice a month, right? Or was that the new moon? Anyway, sometimes, I mean. Even though Keiichi must have been curious, he insisted that we shouldn't go in. But I talked him into it anyway. He was quick to change his mind when Tamatake-san joined in. It was completely dark inside, so Takano-san lit the battery-powered lantern. A small entryway space appeared before us.
真っ暗だね。みんな転ばないように気をつけるんだよ。
ご心配ありがとう。
I'm actually noticing the text is moving a little fast. I don't know why I'm noticing it now, but I'm going to go ahead and lower the speed just a bit. Alright.
じゃあ門番をよろしくね。
Doorman, you suck.
ここ閉めるわよ。
Takano-san closed the door with a smile, as if leaving Tamatake-san out on purpose.
やれやれ。じゃあみんな、ゆっくり楽しんでおいで。
Sure. As soon as the heavy door was closed, we were surrounded by a quiet darkness darkness. All we could rely on was Takano-san's lantern.
大丈夫よ。予備電池も入ってるアウトドア仕様なんだから。
Alright.
消えたりなんかしないわよ。
Takano-san teased Keiichi a little. Keiichi, in turn, looked a little pale. He seemed to be able to recognize the sanctity of the building even though he wasn't from Hinamizawa.
さあ、入りましょう。よいしょっと。
After Takano-san opened the heavy inner door, a dusty, foul smell flowed out. It was like the smell of a pantry that hadn't been opened in years, and the smell of a fish market mixed together. I didn't know exactly how to describe it, but it was a bad smell. From listening to the echo of our footsteps, I could tell that this room was much bigger than the one we were just in. When Takano-san raised her lantern, I could clearly see just how big it was. At the far side of the wall, there was a statue of some kind of god, staring down at us intruders. The way it was lit by the lantern gave it a powerful appearance, and it scared me. Booga booga.
あれがhinamizawaの守り神。お社様よ。
Hello. I looked up at the statue, which was holding its religious ornaments. If Satoshi-kun's disappearance really was a curse, I couldn't forgive this god. I found myself irritated by the way the statue looked down at me. Damn you, Oyashiro-sama. If you really made Satoshi-kun disappear, I'll never forgive you. Never. Keiichi didn't seem to understand the significance. Fuck. I was trying to read that perfectly fast, but nope. My mouth don't want it. Keiichi didn't seem to understand the significance, there we go, of the storehouse. He looked bored. Fuck. Takano-san noticed that and took out her scrapbooks to show him the brutal history of ancient Hinamizawa. I'd heard that story already, so I decided to walk around by myself. You do that, you bitch. Since I knew the significance of all these tools, I felt a little nauseated. Though they certainly wouldn't jump out at me, I still found them intimidating. They looked as if they were craving for fresh blood, after not having been used in hundreds of years. All the tools looked similar to the ones I saw in the underground torture room at the Sonozaki main house. If those tools were the progenies of torture implements, these would be their ancestors. All the implements here looked old. I doubted they could really be used. They weren't kept maintained, like the ones at the Sonozaki house. So, did that mean they shouldn't scare me? No, on the contrary. They told me that cruel rituals were indeed performed in the village at one point. Now that I found scary. What Takano-san told me was the truth. When I stopped, Satoshi-kun also stopped behind me, one step later. I felt no emotional change in Satoshi-kun. I couldn't tell if he was feeling something or not. I knew he was there, but I had no idea how he was feeling. I felt scared of him for the first time. If he could answer me, I'd want to ask him, who demoned you away?
ね、サトシ君、聞いてる?
I couldn't tell if he heard me or not. He left, as if he didn't hear anything. I could tell that he'd been sulky ever since we got here. Aw, poor boy. I suddenly felt lonely, so I looked for him while walking around. I realized then that there was an altar in front of the statue. He might be there. It was a clean altar, an altar ornamented with religious artifacts. It was kept well maintained. I saw no dust. That would mean, well, the flowers in the vase weren't wilting. I saw a pretty handkerchief under the vase. It looked out of place amongst everything else. I was fairly certain it was Rika Furude's handkerchief. That would mean that this storehouse is maintained daily. It wasn't a forgotten ruin buried in dust. So the brutality that dwelled in this ritual storehouse is still alive and well in Hinamizawa. That's right. Something as ambiguous as Oyashio-sama's curse is nothing more than a simple delusion of the villagers. As Takano-san said, everything that happens in this world is done by humans. I'd accused Oyashio-sama of demeaning away Satoshi-kun. But Oyashio-sama is just a statue made of bronze or wood. It's nothing but an icon. There are, however, human beings who would try to make that icon seem real. The series of mysterious deaths in Hinamizawa is the result of human action. It shouldn't be called Oyashio-sama's curse. If Satoshi-kun was the fourth year's victim, then he was victimized by a human being who just was acting the part of the curse. The person who demoned away Satoshi-kun must not be very far away from me. The truth behind Satoshi-kun's disappearance was not so far from my grasp. I was startled by the sound. It sounded like somebody had dropped something. I looked over at Takano-san and Keiichi. Takano-san was still lecturing him. Did she drop her scrapbook or something? Nope. The sound came from right behind me, not from them. I'd never heard Satoshi-kun do that. It sounded like somebody was stomping on the floor in frustration. What is it? The sound continued, ignoring my question. Though I heard it right nearby, it sounded as though a child was hopping on the wooden floor somewhere distant.
どうしたの？サトシ君。何か怒ってるの？
I couldn't read his expressions. I thought he was mad, but I didn't sense any emotion from him at all. Was he mad that I touched the altar? Maybe you weren't supposed to do that. It's not that I'd been able to communicate with Satoshi-kun in a concrete way. I just talked to him. I was never expecting him to react like that. I didn't sense a willingness to communicate from this creepy sound. Then a chill ran up my spine. I felt as if all my pores were opening. I'd been thinking that it was Satoshi-kun stomping on the floor. Hey, you. You're Satoshi-kun, aren't you? The sound stopped when I asked that. It wasn't a yes or no, just silence. Satoshi-kun wouldn't scare me like that. I realized suddenly that the sound hadn't come from Satoshi-kun. A cold shiver shot through my feet, and I sprung a step forward. The sound had come from right there. Even though I jumped back, it was still just a few meters away. Satoshi-kun would sometimes let me hear his footsteps when I walked. But if that wasn't Satoshi-kun, then there was no guarantee I'd hear its footsteps. So that invisible being could already be right in front of my eyes. And I just wouldn't see it? I forgot everything and ran, straining my ears as much as possible for any sound, listening for any footsteps pursuing me. I ran right into Keiichi and clung to him, timidly turning back to look. The dimly lit area before the altar was quiet, like nothing was happening. But seeing that chilling dark stillness, realizing I was just in that space, made me even more frightened now. Keiichi made fun of me. Even though he'd looked horrified just a little while ago, he now looked satisfied to see me scared too.
お化け屋敷で女の子がしがみついてくるのはデフォじゃないですか。まんざらでもないくせに。ほらほら、行きましょう。高野さんに置いてかれます。
I pretended to be fine, but I wasn't sure if I was able to hide my fear entirely. The footsteps were chasing me. They were outside the illumination of the lantern as if they couldn't go into the light. The presence never left us. However, it followed us like a fourth member of the party. Sometimes it made a stomping sound as if wanting some recognition. But neither Takano-san nor Keiichi seemed to notice it. It was possible for Takano-san to be ignoring it, but Keiichi would never ignore it. If he could hear it, he would have said something. So, just like with Satoshi-kun, only I could hear it. What was this thing that was making me so scared? Was it Satoshi-kun in a bad mood? Or was it possible that the person I believed to be Satoshi-kun might not have been him at all? Oh. What are you upset about, Satoshi-kun? Tell me if I did something wrong, I'll apologize. If you aren't Satoshi-kun, then where did he go? When did you take his place?
Shion, 大丈夫か?
はい。全然平気ですよ。それよりケイちゃんこそ、顔面蒼白でかなりヤバげかと。
なら、あまり俺の服を引っ張りすぎないでくれると嬉しいんだけどな。
あ、こりゃ失礼です。
あらあら、私はお邪魔かしら
I decided to engage in a conversation to help myself ignore the sound from behind. I didn't hear the sound as much, and it became a bit more distant. Yeah, I shouldn't pay attention to it. It wouldn't bother me if I didn't hear it. I should just ignore the noise.
で、高野さんはその風習が実は現代にも残っているんじゃないかと思って研究をしてるんです。そうでしたよね。
これ本当に内緒なんだからね。シオンちゃんは理解のある人だから話したけど、他の村人には聞かれたくないの。下手をしたら罰当たり者ってことで袋叩きにされかねないんだから。
She smiled at me like a witch.
前原くんも内緒にしてね。知られたら私、お社様のたたりに会うか、生贄にされちゃうかするかもしれない。たたりなら、今年はどんな死に方をさせられちゃうのかしら。生贄なら、鬼ヶ淵の沼に生きたまま沈められちゃうのかしら。そういえば今夜よね。お社様のたたりがある夜は。
It certainly is. If the curse strikes for a fifth time, it'll happen tonight. Takano-san pulled out an old scrapbook from her paper bag and started turning the pages. She opened it to the page with that one article. It was the article about the brutal murder of the Watanagashi victim. It happened in the Meiji era.
これは実際にあったお話よ。 明治の終わり頃にね。鬼ヶ淵村で身元不明の惨殺死体が発見されたんですって。かくも無残かつ残虐非道を。
Hey, you guys seriously don't hear that? It's freaking loud! How could you not hear it? Ah, hell, it's freaking noisy. Cut it out already. And the next moment, we all heard a squeaking noise. We turned around in surprise. Ah! It was just Tamitake-san opening the door! You fucking bastard. You made me shit myself.
驚かせちゃったかな？
No.
あら、二郎さんも見たくて我慢できなくなったかしら？
Jesus.
ここ、素敵な拷問道具の宝庫よ。
僕は遠慮させてもらうよ。生来ね、こういうのは苦手なんだ。
Takano-san laughed as if making fun of Tamitake-san for being such a scaredy cat.
それより、演舞とセレモニーが終わって、みんな沢の方に降りていったよ。
Cool. Let's get going.
あと何分もしないうちにお祭りは終わっちゃう。
Time was up. I'd never expected that Tamitake-san would save me from this nightmare. His face suddenly became heroic. Oh, you big buffy boy. Okay.
ケイチ君も出るかい？
Yes.
もう十分に見ましたので。
Haha.
シオン、もういいだろ？
Yeah.
出ようぜ。
Yep.
綺麗な空気が吸いたいよ。
Yes, let's go. God damn it.
同感です。出ましょう。
I went into the entry room and turned around. Takano-san was taking photos in a mad rush, though our time was up. I didn't hear that sound anymore. I didn't feel that presence. I didn't feel Satoshi-kun either. But somehow I wasn't too sad about that. Even if he followed me out here, I wouldn't be able to tell if it was really him or somebody else. Boom. Done. At the end? I think it's the end of the chapter. But let's keep going. Yep. Alright. Cool. Sure, we'll read them. 172. Oh shit, what the hell? That underground torture room is officially called the Underground Ritual Storehouse. So do torture room and ritual storehouse mean the same thing? The fuck? Could have sworn I just saw something crawling on the wall. What the fuck? Okay, that's actually pretty fucking creepy. Anyway. According to Takano-san's theory, bloody rituals including Watanagashi have been passed down among the three families, even after the Meiji era. The rituals are always ready to be performed. Their form of worship always revolved around torture. So Hinamizawa's history involved a great deal of human slaughter. Takano-san's theory is correct. The underground storehouse at the Sonozaki house looked well maintained. Takano-san is right about that too. Since the Sonozaki house and the family and the Furude family both have ritual storehouses, the Kimiyoshi family must have one too. After all, these ancient and brutal customs are still handed down through the generations. I should remain armed with the knowledge that occult events are still secretly being performed in this cursed village. I think that's the... okay. Oh, okay. One page different. Alright, cool. Let's go. Ooh. The sanctity of the ritual storehouse is one of the most prominent elements in the worship of Oyoshiro-sama. Of course I knew that, since I'm originally from Hinamizawa. But violating that sanctity is actually a more serious problem than I thought. Takano-san's research shows that the history of the ritual storehouse goes way back. The ritual implements within have long been viewed as inviolable objects, which is why it was strictly forbidden to enter. Takano-san's theory says that Watanagashi was once a public execution performed to stabilize the reign of the three families, rather than a purely religious ritual. Okay. Oh, shit, got dark. Why? If so, the ritual should hardly be called sacred. Under those circumstances, the implement should have been despised as symbols of hatred and fear. When instruments of fear are too visible, it only creates a reign of terror. But keep them as hidden as possible, and they may gain divinity. Many said they would become tainted if the layman touched them. The only reason for that was to preserve their false prestige through secrecy, since they would lose their sanctity if revealed because the common folk. I can't fucking read. In other words, the true identity of the ritual storehouse's sacredness was fear. That was the true emotion ruling over this village. Oh my god, I've done so much reading. Okay, 179. Oh, notebook. Hello. It's been a while. The reason why Takano-san and Tamataka-san were cursed is because they broke into the ritual storehouse. I don't know how the villagers found out about it. Maybe somebody was watching. Maybe there was an anti-theft alarm. Well, we didn't... Wait, what? Either way, our intrusion must have been reported to the highest level of the curse system. That's because, considering the distance between the village and the site where Takano-san's body was found, she must have been killed right after we came out of the ritual storehouse. It was done very quickly. It's possible that a special assassination team exists for this purpose, or that the plan had been set up a long time ago. They might have been secret agents of the Sonozaki family, but the latter sounds more valid. Oh yeah. But if so, who would have been the victim if nobody broke into the ritual storehouse? I wonder. Alright, so that was fun. Alright, let's go ahead and save. Alright. How long have I been recording for? Yikes. Okay. My relatives gathered at the Sonozaki house after the festival to have a little party. I mingled with my uncles and had fun. I was trying to get rid of my eerie memories of the ritual storehouse. Mion was acting as the successor, so I tried to stay away from her. I'm sure she would feel weird if I talked to her in a formal way. In consideration of the hag's old age, we ended the party around 11 p.m. We all helped to clean up, with the women washing the dishes in the kitchen, and the men folding the tables and putting them away in the storeroom. It only took about 30 minutes. Then everyone left, one after another. By then Mion was no longer acting as the Sonozaki successor, and was back to being her normal self. Maybe I overexerted a little. I was lying on the tatami floor. Oh? Kasai asked me if I could get in the car, so I told him I'd rather not move anymore.
おねえ、今日泊まってってもいい？ここで寝ちゃいたい。 バッチャに見つかると怒られるよ。
Duh.
で、それよりシオン、明日は学校じゃないの？明日は開校記念日だからいいの。
How convenient.
あんたの学校、開校記念日って年に何回あるわけ？まあ、いっか。じゃあ、笠井さん。シオンは今夜はうちで預かります。
わかりました。ではよろしくお願いいたします。
Good night, big boy.
ほら、シオン、起きて。ここで寝てるとバッチャに怒られるって。
Who gives a fuck?
ほら、肩を貸すから奥に行こう。
No.
私の布団貸してあげるから。
Oh.
ありりー、おねー。
Alright, get off here, lazy bum. My alter ego told me that I'm in a demon's stomach. I wouldn't have woken up if I hadn't heard that voice. I might not have woken up at all. Page 165. That's actually the pages before the ones I just read. Huh. Interesting. Okie dokie. I didn't remember much after that. I was probably brought to Mion's room and immediately crawled into the futon. After a while, Mion got her futon ready next to me, turned the lights off, and went to sleep. At least that's what I'd thought. I got up and turned the lights on. Mion's futon was empty. The futon felt cold. Mion must have left it a while ago. What the hell? Did she go to the bathroom? No, the closest bathroom was right there down the hallway. The light in the bathroom was off. Where did she go? Good question. The ticking of the clock was loud and annoying in the silence. The hands pointed to a little before 3 a.m. Okay, a few hours passed. I was left alone, all alone. Wait, what? I was left alone all of a sudden. There we go. In this late night. I felt the eeriness of the ritual storehouse coming back to me, after almost managing to forget it in the ruckus earlier. I tried to sense my surroundings. In this house, there shouldn't be an eerie atmosphere, strange noises, or footsteps. I stepped out into the freezing cold hallway to look for Mion. When I did, I immediately noticed a light coming from one of the nearby rooms. That room belonged to the hag. The hag went to sleep early and woke up early. She was very strict about her bedtime, so it was strange to see her light on in the middle of the night. I could hear voices, too. Those voices belonged to the hag and Mion. I creeped up to the room and listened to their conversation. Since it was the middle of the night, I could hear their words very clearly.
しゃあもねえやんな。あんの若いのもちょい出張りすぎやったんや。
まあね。お社様のお怒りに触れたんだから仕方ないしね。
Mion's voice sounded as cold as the one I'd heard down in the torture room. I held my breath.
警察は調べとっちゅうとろんが、すっとろん間違いなかんね。
多分ね。高野さんだろうね。
My heart almost stopped. Oyashiro-sama got angry. The police are investigating. It's probably Takano-san. And what day was it today? Those words told me that something was happening. My teeth started to chatter. I desperately tried to stop them. I felt like my body was swelling up suddenly. I could no longer hear as well. Calm down. Breathe. Listen more carefully. According to Mion and the hag's conversation, another incident definitely took place. The victims were Takano-san and Tametake-san. From what I could tell, both Mion and the hag thought it made sense that whatever it was happened to them. No, I needed it to think more calmly. They did say they deserved it for making Oyoshiro-sama angry. Did they say Takano-san and Tametake-san made Oyoshiro-sama angry? How did they make Oyoshiro-sama angry? They knew. My body started to shake. They knew we snuck into the ritual storehouse. Then, would that mean Keiichi and I were also subject to Oyoshiro-sama's curse? Suddenly, a phone rang. Rang. The phone was by the front door. You better move. The front door was opposite the hag's room, further down the hall. The ringing echoed throughout the long hallway. It sounded so eerie, almost like it was coming from hell. That was when I felt someone behind me. Of course, there was nobody there when I turned around, but there was someone there a moment ago. I didn't know if it was Satoshi-kun. I didn't sense any emotions, so I couldn't tell. I also didn't know how long it had been there. It was as if that somebody was watching me, listening in on their conversation. That was the feeling I got. It couldn't be Satoshi-kun. Satoshi-kun would never be that intimidating or scary. My mind turned all red, like it was suffused with blood, sorry.
みーちゃんにはない？
Why is Rena talking?
ひたひたと。
Oh, remembering what she said during that rainy day.
ずっと足音がついてきて。夜は枕元にまで立たれて見下ろされる経験。
I remembered what Rena Ryugu had said on that rainy day.
そうならばみーちゃんは大丈夫。お社様には怒られない。
If Oyoshiro-sama wasn't angry, nobody would follow me. So what did this mean? Ever since we snuck into the shrine storage, something has been following me? What is it? Calm down. That's right. Rena wasn't talking about me. She was talking about Satoshi-kun. That's what happened to Satoshi-kun.
サトシ君が体験していることは、すべてお社様のたたりの前触れなの。
Sorry. Everything he's going through is a sign of Oyoshiro-sama's curse. That's what I said. She said anyway. Sorry, again. Fucking Christ. That's right. That's why he encountered the curse of Oyoshiro-sama.
誰かが遠くからじっと伺っている。
Oh.
誰かがずっとつけてくる。
A creepy feeling crawled up and spread across my back.
誰かがいつも自分のすぐ後ろから見ている。やがて足音は常に自分とずれて一つ余計に聞こえるようになるの。
I swallowed loudly. It's almost as though Rena Ryugu was predicting what would happen to me. Had Rena been talking about Satoshi-kun back then? Or had she actually been talking about me?
やがて後ろのそれは自分の家の中にまでついてくるようになる。そしてお布団に入って明かりを消してもずっと枕元から見下ろしてるの。ただただ黙ってじーっと。
I knew by now that there was no mistake. No matter how I looked at it, she had been talking about me. Yes, me. It had been about me. The curse of Oyoshiro-sama. What is the curse of Oyoshiro-sama? That was when I actually felt something for real. Someone grabbed my collar. No voice came out. I wanted to scream, but all I could do was open and close my mouth, as if something was stuck in my throat. It was Mion. She looked even colder than how she looked in the underground torture room. It only made sense that she had come out into the hallway to answer the phone. I tried to come up with an excuse. However, the way Mion looked at me was so cold. Even if I really had run into her by accident, I could tell by the look in her eyes that she wouldn't believe me. I felt cold sweat all over my body. I couldn't even move my fingers.
ごめん。
I apologized. I could have said something to get myself out of the situation, but the apology came out first. But Mion didn't appear to hear me. She walked to the front door, still holding my collar. Holy fuck. The phone was still ringing. A normal person wouldn't usually let the phone ring so long at this time of night. The phone call itself didn't seem real to me. Mion picked up the phone.
ミオンです。そうですか。わかりました。そちらの対応はよろしくお願いします。
Holy fuck. Shit got real this episode. Holy fuck.
それから、一切の口封じをよろしくお願いします。
Oh no, that can't be good. Oh no.
ええ。では。
Oh. Mion put down the phone after a short conversation. What did she mean? Make sure nobody talks about this. Who called anyway? Mion put her forehead to mine and spoke to me.
聞いてた？
Which conversation was she asking me about? Well, she had to be talking about the one with the old hag. If I said yes, what would happen to me?
知る。何のことかわかんない。
Mion pulled my collar, pressed her nose on mine, and continued to speak.
聞こえた通りです。富武さんと高野さんがお社様のたたりに遭われました。本当にお気の毒なことです。
It was like I was talking to myself in the mirror. But what I was saying in the mirror was ever so cold.
お社様のたたりって何です？富武さんは自らの手で喉をかきむしってお亡くなりになりました。高野さんは遠くの山奥でドラム缶に詰められて焼き殺されたそうで、実にお気の毒です。
Tamitake-san clawed out his own throat until he died. What? Takano-san was burned to death in an oil drum? What? What? I felt something furry crawl up my spine. I also felt like my stomach was turning upside down. I didn't feel any strength in my legs. If Mion let go of my collar, I'd probably collapse on the spot.
なんでそんな死に方したのかな。わかりませんか、シオン。
I'm asking you because I don't know.
わかんないよ。理由なんて一つしかないじゃないですか。
Please don't talk as if I already know the answer.
何の理由かな。
My heart was pounding. I felt that my next breath would be so bloody and hot that I'd choke on it.
そんなこともわかんないのですか。
It's because they made Oyashio-sama angry. The first year, it was the manager of the damn construction site. The second year, it was the traitors of the village. The third year, it was the pacifist. The fourth year, it was the relatives of the traitors. I'd always thought the victims were people who had something to do with the damn conflict. Since I didn't do anything against the village during the damn conflict, I assumed I was safe. I should have known. I should have known everything would be the curse of Oyashiro-sama. I knew Oyashiro-sama's anger was the curse of Oyashiro-sama. If I have to say Oyashiro-sama one more time, I'm gonna fucking lose it. Fuck! I knew Oyashiro-sama would get angry if I snuck into the ritual storehouse. But since I wasn't held responsible in any way for the damn conflict, I never thought I would be the victim of the curse. Did I ever think there would be an incident in the 5th year? Did I ever think that I'd be the victim of that 5th year incident? Tametake-san snuck into the storehouse and he clawed out his own throat until he died. Takano-san was burned to death in an oil drum. It must be a lie. It couldn't be true. Even if it was forbidden, it was just a space for storage. Some old torture implements. How could they be killed for just sneaking in there? Especially in such gruesome ways. But I thought about it again and realized that those people were absolutely capable of doing things like that. The main Sonozaki family was capable of it. The Sonozaki family had been pulling the strings behind the series of mysterious deaths. They could do it. The Sonozaki family even kidnapped the grandson of the Minister of Construction during the dam conflict. They could do it. The Sonozaki family made Satoshi-kun disappear completely. They could do it. Mion leaned against me before falling onto the cold hallway floor. She collapsed rather violently. I usually didn't go to sleep with my stun gun, but since I was too tired and sleepy to get ready for bed, I still had it on me. This is where shit happens. Oh, fuck. Well, here we go. I had my stun gun on me. I finally understood. I didn't know who killed them exactly, whose idea it was, or who ordered it. I didn't even know who was actually involved. But Mion and the hag knew everything. Satoshi-kun, now I finally know. Now I know what I need to do. I will settle the score for you, Satoshi-kun. I will avenge you, Satoshi-kun. I won't be killed like you. I walked into the hag's room. She was sitting up to take some medicine. Her back was turned to me. Mion and I are twins. If I acted like her, the hag wouldn't notice the difference. I didn't think she ever suspected me. I put my stun gun to her neck and pulled the trigger. I heard an indescribable electrical sound, and the hag's lights went out. She fell in a twisted position. I didn't know how long it would take a person to regain their freedom of movement after getting knocked out with a stun gun. So I had to restrain them before they woke up. I was unbelievably calm. Holy shit, I didn't actually realize she would fucking do it. Oh my god! The key to the underground torture room was in the forbidden drawer that only the head of the family can access. Mion had told me about this once. Ah, my ear! Okay. I had never looked for the drawer before, but I found it exactly where I thought it would be. The key was on a keychain with several of its sisters. Each key had a little plague on it that said what it was used for. Back at me, I said, but oh well. They were all in Mion's handwriting. She was an idiot for being so conscientious, but it sure helped me out. I put the keychain in my pocket and headed to the outdoor storeroom to find a cart. I found a large flashlight there as well. There was a strap on the flashlight so I could put it on my shoulder. That way, I'd have both hands free to carry Mion and the hag. Oh my god, is she bringing down... What the fuck? Hold up. I don't remember... Well, actually... Oh, fuck. Okay. Oh, wow. So, back in the Watanagashi arc, when we all thought it was Mion that was doing all this, and she said the hag is bedridden. Oh my god. Actually down there in the torture chambers? Oh my fucking god. Oh wait, no, probably killed the hag, right? Probably down the well. Oh god. This is so fucked. Oh my god. We're getting the answers, baby. Oh my god, it's getting so good. That way I'd have both hands free to go. Oh, okay, yeah, I read that. I loaded Mion and then our grandmother onto the cart and carried them to the underground torture room. I was prepared to use the stun gun again. I can't even read, I'm so excited, I'm so sorry. I was prepared to use the stun gun again if they woke up while I was working. But it was more powerful than I imagined, and the hag showed no signs of waking. Maybe she's dead. This was the stun gun Kasai specially ordered for me when I told him I wanted a powerful one. I remembered him telling me that it was an illegally modified stun gun, and that I should never use it just for fun. I used my flashlight to find the light switch. I found it easily and turned it on. All the lights went on in the basement. Although there was now illumination, it was very dim. I moved quickly so as to finish what I needed to do before they woke up. I decided to put Mion in a cell beyond the torture room. The lights in the torture room were so bright that it was like a daylight. There was a door there. I was fairly certain the cells were on the other side of that door. The proper key was here. The keys made a tinkling sound. I felt cold air coming in through the gap of the door. There must be a huge opening on the other side. I opened the door and I saw nothing but darkness. I felt along the wall to find a light switch. I turned the switch on and the light bulbs lit up, revealing a huge rocky cave. It didn't look like a natural cave. It looked more like an air raid shelter. There were several hollow openings with bars across them. Those were the cells. I walked up to the closest cell and checked to see if it was strong enough to confine her. I pushed and pulled on the bars. I rammed against them with all my weight and decided they were perfectly sturdy. This was secure enough to be called a cell. I opened the lock and carried Mion in. I wasn't particularly strong, just average. I'd never thought I was strong enough to carry a whole person. But now I didn't need to pretend to be weak. I could easily lift and drag their bodies. I put Mion in the cell. She seemed to moan a little. I didn't need to check to make sure the effect of my stun gun was wearing off. I closed the bars and turned the key in the lock. Then I ran to the hag, who must have been starting to wake up too. Fortunately, there was no sign of her regaining consciousness. I think she's dead. Maybe the difference in age had something to do with it. Yeah, I'm starting to think. I looked for a table to restrain her on. I found a wheelchair with restraints for the hands and feet. I put the hag in it. Of course, she didn't resist, but her dead weight made it seem like she was a huge French doll, but one made of flesh. Creepy. I put her hands on the armrest and restrained them at the wrists with the metal rings and hinges. I did the same with her feet. This must have been a wheelchair specially remodeled to restrain a person. Other than the restraints, it was a regular wheelchair. I waited for the hag to wake up. I had so many things I wanted to ask her. I didn't think she'd answer honestly, but I had plenty of tools to make her talk. I was in no rush. When the hag had a concern, relatives took care of the problem. That was how it worked in the Sonozaki family. She was the leader of the family, so all the information they gathered would make its way to her. She must know everything that happened in Hinamizawa, including the curse of Oyashiro-sama. I heard a noise from the cell. Mion must have woken up before the hag did. Speaking of the hag, she didn't seem like she was about to wake up anytime soon, but she was restrained even if she did, so I had no need to fear. I left the hag there and headed for the cell, calling her, and now the hag's dead already.
Shion, これは何の真似ですか?
Still holding that tone, even when you're behind the cell? Oh, Shion's gonna love this. She talked like the successor, but she also sounded frightened. I didn't hear any frightening demeanor in there, but okay, yeah, sure. She obviously understood the situation she was in right now.
おはよう、ミオン。まさか自分が閉じ込められることになるとは思わなかった？
Eh.
園崎家当主代行として命じます。ここを。声色に一つ凄みが欠けますね。当主様はもっと傲慢な言い方をしなきゃね。もっとも、そういう言い方ができたとしても、今のあんたは滑稽なだけなんだけどさ。
There was nothing funny about it, but I wanted to intimidate Mion. My laughter echoed throughout the cave. It was artificial and meaningless laughter. I heard it over and over as it echoed. It sounded as if I wasn't the only one laughing. I couldn't stand it, so I stopped. Silence filled the air. That silence almost hurt my ears, so I started to speak.
富武さんと高野さんが今年の犠牲になるとはね。思わなかった。高野さんのドラム缶に詰めて焼き殺したってのもなかなかやるね。ま、あの人はそういう死に方を自分で希望してたっぽいからね。結構満足してるかもよ。
Mion didn't say anything. She just stared at me to see how I'd proceed.
富武さんの自分で自分の喉を引き裂いたってのは何？意識をおかしくさせるような怪しいお薬でも注射したの？
She even knows about that, huh?
それともそういう死に方に見せるような道具でもあるわけ？
Mion didn't reply. I was smiling boldly, but I became impatient and finally kicked the bars. It made a violent noise. Mion jumped as if she was kicked directly.
返事がないと退屈です。私を怒らせるとどんな得が？私が知るわけないでしょ。
Mion finally replied. She was odious, but at the same time sounded pitiful.
ねえ、ミオン。次期当主様。ここまで来ちゃったんだから教えてくださいな。
I had just too many things I wanted to ask her. I wanted to ask her about me, about the incident, about the curse, about Satoshi-kun. I didn't even know where to start. Before I asked her about those, I asked her one other thing.
私に対して、
Oh?
反抗的な態度をとっても何の得にもならないこと、理解してますよね。
Still not saying anything. Mion glared at me silently. Because we were twins, I knew that was just a bluff.
もうここまでやっちゃった以上、私も引っ込みがつかないんで。お姉も私に容赦とか躊躇とかそういうものをあまり期待しない方がいいかもです。
Mion must have been feeling the cold sweat on her face. Although the light was dim, I could tell she was frightened.
じゃあ聞くよ。Hinamizawa村連続開始事件。通称親代様のたたり。
Oh, are we about to get the answers to all of them? Holy fuck. Yes, please.
これってどういう意味があるの？
Wait, no, not the meaning. I want to know if they actually... Oh, but... Yeah.
やっぱりダム戦争のけじめってやつ？私は、
Come on.
多分そうだと思ってる。
You think so? Mion sounded a little confused, but she answered. I felt satisfaction now that we were communicating. I continued with a smile.
思ってるって言い方が少し頼りないね。そのあたりの事情は詳しくないの？シオンだって分かってるでしょ。次期当主なんてバッチャの取り次ぎに過ぎないよ。
Yeah, right.
その当主様と意思を疎通させて以心伝心なのが次期当主様の役目でしょ。取り次ぎに過ぎないなんて信じると思う？いつも身近にいる私だってたまにバッチャが何を考えてるのかわからない。
Oh, that's a lie.
何でもかんでも私が理解してるわけじゃない。じゃあ親代様のたたりってのはあいつが全部独断で決めてるわけなんだ。次期当主様と相談して決めてるのかと思ったよ。やばい話は全部バッチャが一人で決めてる。私なんか預かり知る余地もない。でもばあさんの独断だとしたってあいつはあんたを介してやりとりしてるわけでしょ。そのあんたが何も知らないなんてあるはず。違うよ。私なんかを介していない。私にだってよくわからないんだけど、私が陽の部分を取り継いでるとしたら陰の部分を取り継いでる誰かがいると思う。誰？その影の部分の取り継ぎって。知らない。誰かを招いて話してるとことか電話をしているとことか見たことない？強いて言えば毎年お社様のたたりの時期になると連絡量がどっと増える相手ね。わかんない。心当たりなんかないよ。
Mion shook her head.
まあいいや。じゃあ質問を変えるね。今年のたたりの富武さんと高野さんはダム戦争に直接関係してないのになぜ犠牲に選ばれたの？やっぱり西宮殿に忍び込んだから？
As soon as Mion heard the words, ritual storehouse, her expression shifted.
西宮殿に？古手神社の西宮殿を犯したの？ありゃ、知ってるとばかり。そんなことをしたらバカ、当然だよ。
Mion muttered bitterly while shaking her head repeatedly. Mion's reaction made me realize that the true meaning of the forbidden storehouse for ritual implements. The ritual storehouse is a sacred building, so nobody can go inside. The curse will fall upon any who disobey. Any child would know that rule. However, just because they knew about it didn't mean that they all believed in it. Although they were told they would be cursed, most of the kids actually enjoyed hearing the stories. They simply didn't believe it was true. However, Mion's reaction told me it absolutely was. If they actually did that, of course something would happen to them. She was saying that if someone snuck into the ritual storehouse, that person should be killed.
私がこっちに帰ってきて以降、たまにミオンとは認識が食い違いますね。そりゃあ私だって西宮殿が迂闊に入っちゃやばいとこだってのは知ってますけど、あんな死に方しても当然だってほどやばいとは思わないんだけど。私たちだってその程度の認識じゃなかったでしたっけ？それはシオンがよく知らないだけだよ。すみませんね、よく知らなくて。説明をいただいてもよろしいですか？そりゃシオンの言う通り、子供の世界では やばいとかたたりがあるとか言ったって、どうせ迷信に過ぎないだろう。でも大人にバレたらかなり怒られるんだろうなって程度の認識だと思う。でもね、ひなみざわの古老たちにとってはそんな甘いものじゃないの。
Mion explained to me how the elderly people blindly believe in Oyashio-sama, and how sacred the festivals are to them. It's probably something the younger generations would never understand, but they're possessed by a very strong, deeply rooted devotion toward Oyashio-sama. Mion then went on to tell me about how sinful it was to violate the rule of the ritual storehouse. I just couldn't believe things like that were still going on even in the modern day. I couldn't even reply appropriately. But even if it was unbelievable, I couldn't ignore what I was hearing from my twin sister.
なるほどね。でもさ、ミオン。たたりで一人が死んだら、それを相殺する意味で一人を生贄にするのがルールじゃなかったっけ。生贄の死体は出ない。なのに今回は二人とも死体が出ちゃってるんだけど、そのあたりはどう見る？
Mion doesn't know that besides Takano-san and Tamataki-san, Keiichi and I also snuck into the ritual storehouse. So I tried to lead her a little.
確かにおかしいね。高野さんの焼死体は見つかっちゃいけなかったってことなのかな。本当は高野さんは失踪ってことになるのがパーフェクトだったのかな。あるいは自信はないけど。何？根拠なんかいらないから言ってみてよ。怒らないから。
Mion hesitated a little first, and then started to speak.
西宮殿に忍び込んだのは実は4人とか。それでもう2人は生贄ってことで鬼隠しになってるんじゃないかな。
How dare you? Intermission. Mion's words were stuck in my head. If those two dead bodies were the result of the curse, then there should be two sacrifices to calm Oyashio-sama's anger. The four of us snuck into the shrine together. You can tell I fucked up as soon as I say now together. I tried to pass it off too. Shrine storage together. Oh my fucking god. I need help. It was a simple equation. Did that mean that Keiichi and I were in danger? I got drunk, fell asleep, and decided to stay overnight. Was that because of the alcohol, or did someone put a drug in my drink? It's not like me to get drunk and spend a night at the hag's house. I wanted to forget about what happened in that eerie storehouse, so I drank too much. But it really was strange for me to get that drunk. Maybe it was a good thing I woke up in the middle of the night. I could have been the one to wake up in a cell. Sometimes it's hard to recognize danger when you avoid it accidentally. A part of me wanted to just laugh at the idea, but another part felt frightened that I was so close to being in Mion's position. If my thinking was correct, I wonder how Keiichi Maebara was doing right now. I didn't see him in any of the cells, but that didn't guarantee his safety. Takano-san and Tamataki-san had been executed. There was a possibility that Keiichi could already be dead. But just like what happened to Satoshi-kun, it might only happen after a few days. When the sun rose, I was going to pretend to be Mion and head to her school. I was going to check if Keiichi Maebara was safe. If he had already disappeared, the enemy would come after me next. I'd have to be a decoy for myself. But if he was still safe, I'd need to keep my eyes on him. I was sure the enemy would come after that scatterbrain. Rude. If I became Mion, Shion would disappear. The enemy would think Shion had already been demoned away, and they'd concentrate on Keiichi. If nothing happened to Keiichi, that would also be fine. It'd prove that nothing would happen to me either. The hag was still sleeping in the wheelchair. I was going to interrogate her, but actually I was expecting to learn that much. Wait, what? Was or wasn't? I wasn't expecting to learn that much. Oh my god, I can't read. The woman who was also known as Empress Sonozaki. Wow, okay. The egos on these people. Empress Sonozaki probably wouldn't say a thing even if her fingers were cut off. Mion, her successor, was the complete opposite. She spoke readily but didn't know too much about anything. My cat's gone crazy. Mion had said she was only a messenger, and that someone else was taking care of problems on the underside. It was possible Mion had grown to be a good liar, and that she tried to deceive me with a straight face. But at the same time, I could see the hag not letting Mion get involved in the underside of the village. If I were her, I wouldn't have used Mion for that either. Unlike me, Mion was a nice person. While there were only ones and zeros in the world, she believed that there were numbers with decimal points. In other words, she could never be cruel. If the hag thought the same way as I do, it was very possible. The one who took care of problems on the underside, X, was the one who actually governed the curse of Oyashiro-sama. If the hag became concerned about something, X would deal with it either directly or indirectly. Or maybe the hag and X would discuss the details first. But did X really exist? If he did, his place in the village hierarchy was a lot more important than that of the successor. Unlike Mion, who was too nice. He was discreet, cruel, and cunning. Furthermore, he was extremely close to the hag. Someone who would have a lot of contact with her just before it was time for the curse. Because of the way Tamatake-san died, it could be someone who regularly dealt with the unusual drugs. He could be a member of the medical institution. The director of the Erie Clinic. Erie? In this isolated village. I was about to say island. Erie was famous for opening such a beautiful clinic, and for working so hard for the villagers' sake. Oh, the villagers liked his mature personality, and really respected him. There's nothing scarier than a doctor who's also a murderer. If Erie was the person behind the curse, all the mysterious deaths could be explained. However, there was only a slim chance of Erie being X. The main reason being that the hag wouldn't trust him. Like many of the elderly, the hag doesn't like young people. I knew she'd never trust him because of his age. Furthermore, she had openly criticized his behavior among their relatives once. Although Eri was famous, he was an outsider after all. He wasn't born here. He tried to maintain a good relationship with the villagers as the director of the clinic, but that was just on the surface. I couldn't even imagine the hag telling him about her worries, or about the village's underside. If she was as suspicious of others as I was, then she'd only gather trustworthy people to deal with that underside. The first people that came to my mind, were the leaders of the three families. Leaving Rika-chama out, the head of the Kimiyoshi family was a strong possibility. He was the only one who could advise Empress Sonozaki. They were of a similar age, and everyone knew that they were very close outside the family councils. Furthermore, as the mayor, he often went to the Sonozaki house just before Watanagashi to discuss festival preparations. I could easily picture them talking privately. The one who executed the curse of Oyashio-sama. The one who murdered Takano-san and Tametake-san. The mastermind behind the series of the mysterious deaths that had been going for the past 5 years. Was he coming after me? Did he get to Satoshi-kun? When I thought about Satoshi-kun, I felt elevated. I was fearful of possibly being this year's victim under just a moment ago. I was scared that X was after me. But when I thought about it, I realized. Whoever it was, this person had gotten Satoshi-kun. I'd looked so hard, but I couldn't find him. I'd almost forgotten about this enemy. For better or for worse, he was going to appear before me again. No matter how hard I tried, I couldn't find that enemy. But now, he was trying to find me. That was it. I wasn't only being chased. I was chasing too. When I realized all this, I was no longer afraid of dying to the fifth year's curse. It had become a game. Oh, goody! I wasn't only being threatened. I was threatening too. Spatting all over my mic. Now was the time to settle the score for Satoshi-kun. Now was the time to awaken passions that had grown weak over the past year. I could feel righteous indignation and courage flare up within me. The only emotion that can defeat fear is anger. When my anger completely overtook my fear, I felt as if I were reborn.
Oba-sama, そろそろ目を覚ましてくださいません。
Slap her! Oh, okay. I kicked her wheelchair rather violently. But that didn't wake her up
ひょ
either.
っとして眠ったふりをしてやり過ごそうとか考えてません？
Calling it she's dead. I grabbed her hair and pulled her head up. But even then, the hag still stayed silent with a straight face. Then I noticed something. I looked for an appropriate torture device. They were all large scale, none of them being particularly handy. That's when I saw a cigarette lighter on a cushion in the tatami room. One of the relatives must have left it here. I lit the lighter, a huge flame appeared, I turned the lighter off, and went back to the hag with it.
見えてます？見えてない？
I think she's dead.
これ誰の忘れ物かわかりませんけどね。
If she's not fucking dead, and she's been like pretending to be asleep all this fucking time, or knocked out, she is a fucking pro, okay? Professional possum, alright? God fucking damn. I lit it in front of her eyes.
今からこれであなたの鼻を焼きます。
Oh god, the nose. Why?
嫌でしょ？
Ooh.
私も嫌です。ですから寝たふりをやめてください。
There was still no response. I put the flame right under her nose without hesitation. The tip of the flame touched the tip of her nose. The flame must have burned her nose hair. It smelled terrible. I was already certain, but I continued anyway. I brought the flame closer to her eye. Her eyelid didn't move one bit. The flame burned her eyelashes, making it smell awful again. I turned the lighter off and then felt her throat and wrist. I didn't feel any warmth. Oh yeah. I didn't feel a pulse either.
こいつスタンガンで死んだ?
Yeah, I mean, she was old. There was no way she could pretend to be asleep while being burned. Even if she could endure the pain, anyone would reflexively move their eyelids if a flame came close to their eyes. But she didn't. I turned the sink water on and aimed the end of the hose at the hag's face. Oh my god! The water pressure wasn't too high, but by squeezing the tip of the hose I could make it squirt out. The water hit the hag in the face, but there was still no reaction. Shit. You've got to be kidding me. She's dead. The one who was at the center of everything is dead now. I knew she wouldn't talk, but I didn't expect her to end up dead. I'd never even thought of killing her. I walked around the room restlessly. I didn't feel guilty, but instead felt frustrated with what I'd done. Come on, I need to calm down. What do I need to be afraid of? Calm down. And stay cool. Calm down. Stay cool. I could feel my brain starting to calm down, and my emotions cooling down with it. She was my true enemy. It was just that I killed her before confronting her about it. Sooner or later, I would have killed her anyway. She wouldn't have said anything in the first place, so there wasn't really a reason why I should have let her live. I didn't realize that until now, and that was why I got frustrated. Well, my revenge for Satoshi-kun started with the unexpected death of my grandmother. It was such a strange feeling, like I was wearing sopping wet clothes. I replaced that feeling with anger. I couldn't forgive her. I couldn't forgive the hag for abusing the Hōjō family, including Satoshi-kun, for so many years. She cornered him psychologically, as well as physically. She didn't deserve an easy death from a stun gun. I picked up a whip that was hanging on the wall. The whip was designed to make sure the person on the receiving end got seriously injured. Oh my god, you're gonna be whipping a dead... Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Just imagine it. I think it was included in the anime, but oh my god, imagining it? Oh boy. Fucking lasts for days. And just for that comment, I'm going to hell for sure. Jesus Christ. I swung it up and then down. The sound reminded me of when I was a child hitting things with a jump rope. I pretended as was whip. Okay. That's normal. Okay. But unlike then, I'd made a purple mark on the hag's face, and reddish-black blood started oozing out. I swung it up and then down again. This time the whip hits her in the head. Her hair flew into the air. What the fuck? Okay. Well, yeah, I guess. Fake hair. I saw a bunch of her hair on the tip of the whip. Or that. At the end of the bunch of hair, there was a piece of her skin. Seemed the whip had ripped part of her scalp off. That's fantastic. I continued to hit her with the whip. I didn't bother removing the hair beforehand. The tip of the whip... I'm sorry, that rhyme fucking... Oh my god. Woohoo. The tip of the whip was divided into many points, with each point having a fish hook on the end. What the fuck? Excuse me, wait, what? Those hooks added to the speed of the whip not only scratched the victim, but tore their skin as well? Holy fucking shit, what? Jesus Christ, ow! The hag's hair was all messed up, and her face was getting bloody. She had started to look like a real demon. I stopped the whipping. Not because my arm was tired, but because I couldn't stand the feeling of her hair on the tip touching me every time I swung the whip. I threw the whip at the hag. Breathing heavily, I realized I was covered in her hair. It almost felt like thousands of maggots crawling all over me. Oh yeah, thanks for that image, you fucking... I brushed it off violently. I put my hands on my knees and exhaled roughly. It was then that I noticed it. I perked up and turned around. Eh? There it is. The person who had been watching me since I snuck into the shrine storage. I sensed this person sitting in the tatami room. It enjoyed watching me torture my grandmother. An overwhelming emotion started to swallow me up. I tried desperately not to feel it.
いつからそこにいたんだか。
Eh?
言ってくれればよかったのに。
It was just there. Just like Satoshi-kun. It was just there. It was extremely uncomfortable to have it just be there.
そっか。レナが言ってたもんね。あんたお社様ってのは。
I smiled boldly. And yet I could feel my body shivering.
冗談じゃない。あんたがお社様で、たたりは本当にお社様のたたりってわけなの？バーカ！誰が信じるかよ！へ？
It was just my imagination. It couldn't be the curse of Oyoshiro-sama. The curse couldn't be real. Everything was done by humans. They made everything look like it was a curse.
まあ、あんたが見たいってんなら勝手だけどさ。私は見物料を取るつもりもない。でも、私の邪魔をしようってんなら、あんただって容赦しないよ。
Oh my god. No matter what I said, nothing happened. It was like trying to communicate with an insect. I felt like I was staring at a spider in the middle of its web, and the spider was just staring back. I turned to the hag in the wheelchair. I couldn't leave her body here forever. If I don't need to make her death known, then it should be quick, and it's best if a body doesn't exist. Not even in this secret underground torture room. Whew. I exhaled to try to calm myself down. Oh, I remember now. When I was a little girl, Kasai used to love making me feel scared. He often told me scary stories about various horrible things. I recalled his story about the secret torture room of the Sonozaki family. According to the story, there was a well in the torture room for dumping bodies in. There was a pile of tortured corpses at the bottom of the well, and resentful moans could be heard echoing from there. And about halfway down the well, there was a different tunnel, which was a secret passage leading into a distant mountains. Oh my god. Oh, that's some good information. Huh. That bit was from Mion's tellings. Wait, what? Okay, I don't know why there's a apostrophe S there, but okay. That bit was from Mion's telling of the story. Oh, okay, never mind. I understood why. It was probably an how do you pronounce that word? Amalgamation? Amalgamation? What does that even mean? I'm gonna have to look it up later because what the fuck? Anyway, it was probably an amalgamation. I butchered that so bad. I can't even pronounce it. Amalgamation of tellings from different relatives. Again, I butcher words so hard and badly because usually I see words that I've never once seen before. That was an example. That fucked me up so bad. Oh my god. I'm gonna have to look that up later. I wonder what it means. The room was supposed to be a huge secret, but everyone got loose lips at the chance to have fun scaring the young successor.
Mion?
Oh?
昔、親戚の誰かが言ってたじゃん?
She actually talking to her right now?
この地下の秘密部屋のどこかに隠し井戸があって、
Oh, I guess so.
外へ出られる秘密の通路があるって話。
Oh, she uses that to escape. Wait, but no, how... Wait, no. No, because... Ah, fuck. No, she doesn't. She doesn't. Okay, never mind. I remembered something from back in Watanagashi arc, so never mind. She doesn't.
さっきの音は聞こえてなかった?
Hmm.
ばあさんを鞭で叩く音。
Mion didn't reply, but I saw her bite her lip.
大丈夫。あんたは叩かない。でもね、あんたが不愉快だと、ばあさんをもっと叩くかもしれない。今度は無知なんかじゃなくて。そこの奥。暗がりにも牢屋があるでしょ。その中。
Mion pointed weakly. I walked down to where her finger indicated. A light bulb lit up the cell. It was a lot smaller than the one Mion was in. It was very shallow, and I didn't even need to open the door to see how tiny it was. Of course there's no well in there. I became angry, assuming that she lied to me, but after considering it, I didn't actually think she would at this point. I opened the door and walked in. I noticed something immediately. Oh shit, this is new. There was an opening right in the middle of the cell. This opening was naturally disguised. The way the rocks in the shadows were positioned perfectly hid the well. Can you actually see something down there? Anyway, sorry. Having a little weird moment. The tip of the rock inside the cell concealed the entrance. Unless you went in, you'd never notice. But it was such a shallow cell that nobody would even think of going in. Besides, the bars allow you to see the inside well enough. The cell is not even a few meters deep, so it would only take a glance to see everything. Nobody would think of unlocking the door and walking in. But walking in was the only way anyone could find the well. Furthermore, there were many cells in this huge cave. Who'd think that one of them was hiding a secret well? The inside of the well was dark. I couldn't see anything. But every little noise I made produced echoes. I could tell this was a very deep well. I brought a flashlight from the torture room and shone it down the well. It almost looked like a vertical tunnel. Obviously a man-made one, at that. There were wedges in the wall like a ladder, and they looked as if they were inviting me to descend. It's kind of ironic that the secret escape route from the underground torture room ended up being a well that takes you even further down. You had no way of knowing whether it would take you to freedom or to hell. Furthermore, there were the tortured bodies of past victims at the bottom. Who would be able to go down this well without hesitation? Nobody in their right mind could go down this well to look for a secret tunnel, hearing the voices of the dead all the while. Are you gonna go down there? Are you gonna go down there, Shion? Because you never know. Maybe a certain boy is down there, rotting.
ミオンはあの井戸降りたことあるの?
No, she didn't. Damn it.
降りたくもない。それに関しては著しく同感。この秘密部屋の犠牲者たちが放り込まれた井戸になんか好き好んで降りたくはないもんね。
I went back to the torture room, and then returned to the cave, pushing the wheelchair containing the hag. Mion screamed.
シオン、バッチャを落とすけ？落とすんじゃないよ。捨てるんだよ。もう死んでるしね。さっきの拷問で死んだんじゃないよ。多分、ばあさんはスタンガンで死んだんだよ。心臓麻痺とかで。
Okay, that's not being said. I'll just go ahead and do it. I could just leave her body here, but I don't want it to rot. You know?
ひどい。なんなら、死後の鬼ババの世話もする？私は構わないけどね。
Ew! Oh, 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 oh. 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 Oh, nasty. Mion covered her ears and shook her head. Everything I said seemed to bother Mion. Her own life wasn't guaranteed at this point.
シオン、どうしてこんなことを。
For many reasons.
さーて、どうしてだと思います？
Nobody said anything for a while, but the silence was soon broken.
サトシ。
Oh. Oh, Shion is not. Oh, no.
敵討ちってこと？敵討ちになったかもわからないけどね。いきなり後ろからバチンだったから、何が何やらわかんないうちにご臨終だったろうし。ねえミオン、今こうして思い返すと、
Oh.
私はやっぱりばあさんを殺すだけの理由があったように思うの。なぜかわかる？単にサトシ君を殺した張本人だからってだけじゃないよ。それは嘘をついたから。
I slapped the hag's head.
あんたも言ったよね。私が爪を剥がせば全て許すって。だから私は爪を剥がしたんだよ。3枚も。それでけじめがついたってことになったんだよね。でも約束は守られなかった。サトシ君はやっぱり消されてしまった。どうして？どういうことなの？
I continued to slap the hag's head. Her blood was all over my hand by then, and it felt gross. I tried to wipe it off on her clothes, but then her hair got on my hand. I ran to the sink in the torture room and washed my hands with a brush. When I was done, I went back to Mion's cell.
あの時、サトシ君がいなくなってしまった後、あんたが来て言ったよね。サトシ君と私の関係は、けじめがもうついてたって。そしてこうも言ったよね。サトシ君の失踪の理由は、園崎本家は何も知らないと。うん。嘘だ
Lied, 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 I lied. Lied, lied, you fucking lied. My shouts echoed throughout the cave. I was breathing heavily. I felt like I used up all the air in my lungs.
あんたが何も知らないのは本当だと思う。あんた自身、ばあさんに真の意味で信頼を得ていたかは怪しいからね。でも、ばあさんが本当に私のけじめでサトシ君を許したかはわからないよ。アマちゃんなあんたに、本当のところを打ち明けるわけもない。
The hag didn't keep her promise. She said she'd forgive everyone, but she lied. She didn't forgive. She didn't forgive Satoshi-kun.
嘘つき、嘘つき、嘘つき、嘘つき、嘘つき、嘘つき。返してサトシ君。返してよサトシ君。返して。
I kicked the hag's leg repeatedly. Each time I kicked, the wheelchair made a squeaky noise. I ran out of breath and kneeled down. Mion was still covering her ears and was now shaking. There were tears in her eyes.
怖がらせちゃったね。ごめん。ミオンがミオンの言うように、何も知らなかったなら、ミオンはいじめないからね。安心して。でも、 もしミオンも嘘をついていたなら仕方ない。その時はどういう目に遭わされても仕方ない。仕方ないよね。
Whew. Well, that happened. Oh, that's the end. Okay. Holy shit. 2 chapters in 1 episode. Who would have thunk? Let's go ahead and read those tips. 183, 185. Alright, 183 it is. I wasn't planning to kill the hag so quickly. I was going to kill her anyway, but it was too soon. People would normally assume that the Sonozaki family operates as a hierarchy, but that's not true. It's actually more like a system of government. Several ministries stem from the Mang family, and each forms a hierarchy of its own. These ministries don't communicate with one another. The people who belong to a given ministry don't know what other ministries are doing. That way, the Sonozaki family's dealings are kept perfectly secret. Of course, the most important people in the family govern several ministries. They know, of course, about their own ministries. And they know a little bit about the ministries their relatives run. But none of them know everything. There are ministries that work in the open. Then there are ministries that work unseen. And there are some smaller ones that Oryu runs herself. Mion seems to know about most of them, but she doesn't necessarily know them all. In fact, she didn't know about the curse. Considering that, the fact that the hag died before I could interrogate her is a huge loss. Fuck. That is a huge loss. Damn, son. Damn, I was hoping we'd get all the answers. The head of the Kimiyoshi family was the one who called the main house most often, after the 5th year's curse. My father called the second most. My parents were still high in the hierarchy, but the stir caused by my mother's disownment still hung over us, so we got treated as outcasts. So the fact that my father received so many calls proved how much the hag valued us despite the distance at which we were kept, demonstrating her own two-faced respect for both sides of the coin. My father seems to be in charge of the intelligence bureau. He reported police information, gossip, and rumors going around in a Yakuza business to the hag. He silences, stirs, and distorts that information at her request. By the way, my servant Kasai is an old friend of my father's. That must be why Kasai knows many things, but I don't know if my father is involved in the curse's execution. My assumption is that although he gathered information on the police investigation about the case, he wasn't involved in the execution itself. The fact that my father and the hag have this close connection isn't widely known. People know that she uses his information network, but they don't look very far beyond that. In the same way, it's possible that a curse execution team exists under the hag's direct control. People just aren't aware of it. That's pretty good information. Alright. So let's go ahead and end it here for now. Hope you all enjoyed it. I sure as hell did. Holy fuck, a lot has happened. Especially this chapter, chapter 10. Chapter 9 was a huge pain in the ass, alright? And I'm sorry about my outbursts and whatnot, but hopefully you all stuck around and lasted throughout the end of chapter 10 with me, because that was epic, and shit is going down fast. So if you did enjoy, please leave a like, share the video, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because there will be more Higurashi, and there will be more uploads soon. So stick around, stay tuned, and please, everybody, stay sinful, folks!